One, two, three, 1, 2, 3, and the place to be. It's your player partners on the bottom of the map.
From the bottom of the map.
The dog is real.
All right, Hayes.
Go ahead and tell a friend to tell your friend to tell your big booty auntie now with the bow legs and the gold teeth and the tattoos. Hit that like button, subscribe, share, tap in with your player partners. We're gonna get into this weekend schedule. A lot of games, a lot of meaningful games this weekend, man. Let's go through the schedule and see, you know, how some shit gonna shake out. It's gonna be some flower singing, some slow singing and flower bringing this weekend. Look, like last week was a lot
First,
of cupcake games, and we back into the mix.
well,
Tonight there's a couple of games that you might want to pay attention to before we get into Saturday's games.
I
But you
mean,
got Colorado
Indiana,
playing Houston tonight. That should be an
yeah,
interesting game.
that is, and I don't think the other one, Indiana versus Indiana State. I ain't really been following Indiana like that, but um, good coaching staff over there. So I know, you know what I'm saying. I know that they're gonna be a team that's really. I don't think they're gonna repeat last year, but I think they're still gonna be doing something. They ain't the old Indiana, that's for sure. Um, First game on the docket though is Wisconsin versus Alabama. Um,
Hold on. Before we go there, Colorado is playing. Colorado got a Prime got a problem. Prime got a three-headed problem right now, and he got three quarterbacks. How is he going to work that out with three quarterbacks? You
yeah, I
got
think
Salter, you got Ryan Staub that he's going to stop Stu, however you say his name, he's going to start, and the the big time freshman that he brought in, Julian Lewis. He's like he going to play all three of them. I ain't never heard nobody playing three quarterbacks.
I think the only reason you play three quarterbacks third game into the season is because it ain't too much separation, and you really want to see. You know what I'm saying? You want to see really. I guess apparently based on the spring, you don't know what you got. I ain't watched the first two games, but apparently we he didn't do that the first two games. And you know what I'm saying? I'm remiss because I kind of follow it, but I ain't keep up in it. But I definitely felt like one of the quarterbacks got his ass benched. That's what I do remember. So I was like, okay, you done fucked around and got benched because I mean, you know what I'm saying? You're not necessarily able to rise to that occasion right now. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, you 3 games into the season, you doing that. Come on, man. You already know what
Is,
it
is
is.
that a good problem or a bad problem? Like you got three quarterbacks that can start.
I, only reason I'm gonna say it's bad because if he had somebody who could have started right now, they would be starting. I don't think that there's
Mhm.
enough, and I could tell. In those first two games, I think the first game against Georgia Tech was a little sloppy, even though they covered the spread. I could just tell whoever was starting wasn't, you know what I'm saying, that wasn't what it was. That's for Prime, that's a problem because he only really coached his son. I'm telling you too, I can tell me and you ain't watching dog. Somebody got benched, bro. But he got
No,
benched.
I watched. I know who got what he did was Salter. Salter got benched, and he started Julian Lewis, but he basically brought him back in the game. So it wasn't like he got benched. He was like, "Let me see what else I got," and then Julian Lewis, he was just, "I'm gonna give each player like two drives and see who takes the reins." And the other kid came in and he kind of like led them down, and they scored a couple touchdowns. But then the other kid, Salter, got back in and he let them down for a touchdown. Um, so I think it's just like it's like open quarterback competition during the season, which
That's
is
crazy.
yeah, I feel like it's crazy because he's had his son, so he knew what he had at quarterback and who he was gonna roll with, and now he's kind of like three-headed monster right now. But that should be interesting as it continue to go on. And we talk about Prime being a great coach, and this is what we're gonna see. Prime being a great coach having to deal with this quarterback issue. But we can move on. You said Bama and Wisconsin.
Yeah. Um, right now, I just think Alabama got one loss. There's no separation in the SEC. So this game is really just about okay, you're favored by 21. Can you blow them out? Can you at least win by 21? Or are you going to play it close? So I feel like this is just a game for Kalen DeBoer to really kind of, you know what I'm saying? And they got certain players hurt. I don't know if they're coming back. But just to really see what you got and to be able to gain some momentum before you get into, boy, everybody in the SEC is about to beat up on each other. So before they, because they got to play Oklahoma, they got to play LSU, they got to play Georgia. As a fact, Georgia is the key matchup that's coming up. I think that if it's not the next game, it's the game after the next. So really just trying to see what they got. After that, oh, one of my favorites, we got Clemson and Georgia Tech.
Let
Clemson,
me say, Alabama beats the shit out of Wisconsin. They beat them by like 40. I think they're gonna beat the shit out of Wisconsin. I think this is gonna be like,
they are starting a new quarterback at Wisconsin.
yeah, I think they beat the hell out of them.
Wisconsin
Kalen
known for their
DeBoer,
defense, though. They known for their defense, though. I don't know about the
they
40.
did
I
that to
feel
them
like
last year. The same thing happened last year, and Bama beat the shit out of them last year. Um, Kalen DeBoer has to make a statement, to silence the critics, to silence the Bama crazies. I think this is a game where Wisconsin just has a name, even though they're not a good team. You beat the shit out of them, you silence the critics a little bit, but the pressure is going to get on. The pressure is on. The pressure is going to get higher if they have a close game against Wisconsin. I think they beat them by 40.
hey, I'm gonna put that on you. I think they win, but I don't know about the 40. Clemson and Georgia Tech. I'm gonna tell you off rip. Clemson can't score. I think they're gonna lose this game. The spread is 4. And Clemson's playing at home. So home, first of all, if you playing at home, they're gonna give you 3 points. If we take them 3 points away, it's really only a 1 point difference.
Mm.
I think this game right here is it's gonna shake up the ACC. I think Georgia Tech, we know what they are. All right, they ain't finna be doing a whole bunch of throwing. They finna be doing all type of little formations, and they're gonna be running Haynes King, and they're gonna be running that running back, and they're gonna be maybe use a tight end every now. But Dabo gonna get out coach. And it's not even that Dabo gonna get out coach. Clemson be struggling. They ain't got no offense. I'm calling it now. Clemson is losing first loss.
Yeah, and they struggled last week against Troy.
Come on now.
And we're not to say Troy is like a pushover, but they shouldn't have struggled against Troy. Um, and then they got the loss where they couldn't score nothing on LSU. Me and you both don't believe in Cade Klubnik. Still don't believe in him. Um, Dabo, he is what he is, and I respect Dabo, but nah, this ain't Clemson. They can't score no points. I don't know. I can't. I don't know if Georgia Tech wins this game. Um,
Georgia Tech wins this game.
Georgia Tech. So you got Georgia Tech winning. I got this being a 2-3 point game. And if Clemson pulls it out, like Dabo has to really coach his ass off for this game. They got to stop Haynes King.
We ain't got
They
no
got to slow down
offense.
that rushing attack.
Next game we got the grudge match. Georgia and Tennessee. Must watch TV. I'm gonna let you go first.
This is another statement game for I feel like for Georgia. Georgia been kind of sleep a little bit. We haven't really been talking about Georgia. They had a game against Austin P last week. They only won 28-6. Nobody's talking about them. Nobody is like mentioning them. Everybody's talking about Ohio State and Texas and all these other teams. I feel like this is the game where Georgia show who Georgia is. I think they put hands and foots in Tennessee. I don't think Tennessee got a chance in this game.
I agree, but I disagree. Georgia has beaten Tennessee 8 straight times. Last year they were actually up for a little while, and then Georgia came back. They won it off the defense, and Carson Beck, put together a great comeback, even though his receivers was dropping the ball. I never believed in Nico. When they talked about the Tennessee quarterback, and when they told me where he came from, I instantly felt like they were probably going to be a little bit better because Buddy went to he went to Appalachian State. Appalachian State gonna throw that ball. One thing they're gonna do is slang the rock. Now, he had a great number of touchdowns. He's actually a great story. He's been in college for 6 years. Started off at the JUCO in Cali. The Cali JUCOs are like the SEC JUCOs. Like these cats literally are good, and they play each other against high school. For whatever reason, they don't get picked up. So my thing about him is that I think he had something crazy. In 2 years, he had 60 touchdowns or whatever it was, but he had a lot of interceptions. Hasn't thrown no interceptions, can air it out. I think in that game last year, if y'all remember, Nico would pressure, he would overthrow the receivers. Tennessee could have won that game. I think Tennessee has a great, and people keep saying Josh Heupel throw. Tennessee wants to run the ball. They do a lot of running. Matter of fact, they have a run centric. It's just that you know what I'm saying. They're so used to thinking about Heupel and when they do air it out, but no. So my thing about Georgia is that I really feel like if Tennessee was gonna win, this is the year that they do it. I ain't gonna bet against Kirby. I will, but I'm gonna tell y'all how I'm gonna bet that game. You know what I'm saying at the end. But I ain't gonna lie. Like right now, I'm gonna take Tennessee. Just because I feel like they're a little bit of the more complete team right now. You know what I'm saying? But I hate betting against them.
That's a hot take right there. That's a hot take.
And I want to believe. I ain't gonna get mad if I lose. You know what I'm saying? But hey, it is one. I don't know about a hot game, but Ole Miss plays Arkansas, and Ole Miss barely beat Kentucky last game, so they only got Ole Miss by 7 points. Sam Pittman, I don't think people just don't give a damn about Arkansas, but he on the hot seat. He either has a good year this year, or they finna fire him. You know, his offensive coordinator is their old coach. You know what I'm saying? That was on a motorcycle with a young girl. You know what I'm saying? So yeah. I don't know how I feel about that game. I really ain't been watching Ole Miss. I feel like Ole Miss probably gonna win just because I don't believe in Arkansas, but I haven't really watched Arkansas, so that is a bit of an ignorant statement, y'all.
It's another game we haven't touched on is LSU in Florida.
Man, look at here, man. That might be the biggest game. I feel like after a letdown, I personally feel like Florida's gonna cover the spread. Florida's gonna win that game. I don't believe in Nussmeier. They ain't been scoring no points. They ranked number 3, and I'm like, nah, man, we waiting for the letdown. And I felt like this is how Florida gets back in the thick of the SEC race by they beating LSU at the house. They're gonna come out. DJ Lagway is gonna put it together. They know what they got to do. They finna play. Nussmeier and them is gonna struggle. They already been struggling. I think the defense at Florida is actually better than Clemson, and so I think that they're gonna struggle. And I think there's going to be a lot of field goals, and the game definitely going under. But I like Florida to eat that out just because they want it bad enough. They want it bad enough.
I think this is where home field advantage may come into play, and it's a night game. Night games in Death Valley, yo, that's just another atmosphere. It's probably one of the best atmospheres in college football. But like you said, LSU can't score. They played, what was it, Louisiana Tech last week. That they only put up like 26 points. They can't score, but Florida can't score neither. Florida can't put up no points. They only put up 16 points against USF. Them boys can't score. The boys they don't got no offensive firepower, even though, you know, we expected Lagway to take this major jump, but their offense is sputtering too. And to me, this is the battle of coaches. I feel like Brian Kelly, he silenced the critics a little bit by getting that win at Clemson. Okay. He needed to get that win. Billy Napier, like, it's hotter than ever. It's hotter than ever.
He needed. He started doing good in the middle of the season. They might fire that boy in the middle of the season like that, because that's what they was gonna do last year. They were talking about canning him in the middle of the season.
Yeah, I think if he loses this game, I think that's a wrap for him. I don't think he makes it to the next game. I feel like this is one of those games he has to win. And this is why I'm kind of on the fence with this game. He kind of does it. He's had last year when the fire was about to explode, you know, he was in the middle of the volcano. He pulled off 5 wins in a row.
I'm telling you, Florida want it bad enough. They're gonna win this game just because they want it bad enough, and they doing it for their coach.
And I think if LSU loses, it because they beat Clemson, I think it kind of.
Oh yeah, they fine. They fine. And it's one loss. If you're gonna have a loss, you want the loss now. So you want
the loss now. And if Florida fucks around and get hot, then, you know, it may not look as bad.
Yeah, they need this game because they got a tough schedule. They got one of the toughest schedules. It's all bad for them. I don't think Buddy making it through the end of the season. Another game though, and this one has upset written all over it. Vanderbilt, USC, University of South Carolina. South Carolina, another one that can't score. All right. Sure. Listen, they only beat Virginia Tech. Off of special teams and defense. Okay. Now, y'all, we remember Vanderbilt from last year. You know they got a common opponent. They both play Virginia Tech. Vanderbilt beat the shit out of Virginia Tech. Okay, I'm
Mhm.
telling you now, upset written all over it. Vanderbilt finna go in there and beat University of South Carolina. That's just what it is. I'm telling you, it's
And,
upset in the SEC.
and Vanderbilt actually is like one of them sleeper teams that you gotta
Pava,
watch for.
Pava, the offense
Yeah.
is crazy. The quarterback has done it. They done beat Alabama last year. You think they scared of University of South Carolina? No, I don't give a
Mhm.
damn where they playing at. They could be playing at the house. They come over there. No, they finna win. And they gonna beat their ass. They gonna beat them by 14 to 21 points. It's just gonna get out of hand quickly. I'm telling you now. Cause
I actually like I like that. I like that. I like that. I like Vandy over South Carolina. I like
as a
that.
fact, that's the game of the week. That's your best bet. You can take the points, but them some easy points. They're gonna win that straight up. I'm gonna just tell you right now, they're gonna win that straight up. I ain't gonna lie, like, yeah. That might be where my money like that. If I'm for sure, they gonna win and Clemson gonna lose. I like them two bets all day. Okay.
It's one more game I want to look at.
Your boys.
Texas A&M
Yep.
and Notre Dame.
Notre Dame. Notre
Texas.
Dame don't need to go 0-2 right now. And Texas A&M though, I like Elko. I like Elko. I don't really know who's starting that quarterback. I know that they got to play with the 10th man out there in College Station. I don't know, man, but and Freeman, man, I just think that Notre Dame reached the pinnacle of what they were supposed to do last year, which is what Brian Kelly did, right? You got to the national championship game, you played for it. You're not finna win it. You will never get the offense that you want. I do like their quarterback, though. I think their quarterback is tested. I don't think he's going to get rattled. I think that Miami game got me believing in him, even though I'm like, nah, somebody else would have tackled your black ass back there, all right? You'd have lost, been a loss of 22 yards. All of that, you throw that Hail Mary up and our receivers went to sleep. Nah, I don't like that against Texas A&M. But I don't know.
I like Notre Dame in this game. See, this is the thing. You lose a game to a top ranked Miami team on the road by what, 3 points? That doesn't look bad at all. It actually looks like, you just played a quality team on the road and you lost a close game and it came down to a field goal at the end. I do think them having a week to prepare for Texas A&M, their defense, I think their rushing game is going to come back to normal, to where where it has been, and I think they run all over Texas A&M. I
I
don't
think
believe in. I know you like Elko, but I'm not.
I don't know who they got at quarterback. What I
They got
can tell you,
The Reed kid. He's supposed to be really good. I think Marcel Reed.
I don't know what the offense been looking like. How many points they didn't put up the last two
They haven't
games?
played nobody though. They've only played you. They played Utah State and they played University of Texas at San Antonio.
What the score was? I still like scores.
They scored 44 and 42.
44-42.
Yeah, but they're not playing anybody. So
This is true.
they
I'm
ain't
gonna
really
start with
tough.
this game. I'm gonna throw my pick father cape on. I like Notre Dame, Texas A&M first quarter under. I like Florida LSU first quarter under. I like South Carolina. I like South Carolina. I like Georgia, Tennessee first quarter under. I might even take that game under. Who else do I like? I like Georgia Tech to straight up beat Clemson. So give me Georgia Tech in the points. And then y'all can see what type of team I'm running. I'm running all unders. You know what? No, somebody's gonna emerge victorious and put some points up. But that first Florida LSU, and you can't score no points. Come on, easy under in the first quarter. Give me under in the first quarter, and I'll probably give me under in the half. Yeah, I like them picks. I like them picks a lot. Okay. Vanderbilt in the points. Put all your money on Vanderbilt in the points. Vanderbilt in the points and Georgia Tech in the points is about to be the easiest money. And then Georgia, Tennessee under. That's going to be my parlay right there. I'm going hard on that. I'm doing it individual and I'm loading up. So either I'm a big winner or I'm a big loss. When I come back, I'm telling you now, that's what I'm going. I love them picks. I'm telling you, I love them picks. I love them. Okay, them three especially. The rest of them is good too. You know what I'm saying? Notre Dame, they might, you know what, they might come out and throw the ball. Cool, but I like them to keep each of them keep it to a field goal because those are stout defenses. So it's not happening in the first quarter. So yeah, I like the Notre Dame and the Texas A&M on the under. Ain't nobody finna come out here blazing saddles, throwing the ball to receivers. Nah. They gonna try to both run the ball, test each other. It's like two sumo wrestlers trying to push. All right. Maybe a field goal each one of them, but ain't nobody finna be scoring no touchdowns in that first quarter. Same thing against Florida and Georgia. Somebody could score because I do feel like Florida gonna have the trickery in them, but even then, it ain't gonna be both of them.
So the theme of the day is take the under.
Unders in the first quarter, and then take the points with Vanderbilt. Take the points with Georgia Tech.
All right, we're gonna check back in. We're gonna see if somebody got some money. Somebody might win some money to get their brakes fixed.
Pick father, okay? Don't sin. All right, I forgive you of your sins. That's how you get your money. Okay, I'm telling you now.
Somebody trying to get their old lady wig off a little way.
Vanderbilt gonna do it. Vanderbilt gonna do. You better put the rent money. Put the rent money on Vanderbilt.
Oh no, not the rent money. Oh,
rent money. I don't put the rent money on Saban. Saban ain't never disappointed me, okay? Yeah, I believe in Pava. I don't know who the coach is, but I believe in Vanderbilt. And I also believe in teams that can't scope. That's what you want to do. We are preying on the needy. Oh, you need some points? You can't score no points? Betting against you, okay? That's all I got for y'all.
All right. Well, man, shout out to everybody who tap in with us. All our family out there, who tuned in. Make sure, we got some good HBCU games this weekend too. So tune in to the HBCU games this week. We're gonna be checking out FAMU, North Carolina Central, South Carolina State. Some good HBCU games out there too. A little disappointed in how FAMU season been going so far, but we're gonna be tuned in with them too. So I don't think we can put any money on them, but
no. New coach, new quarterback could be like that.
Yeah. But we'll check back in with the pick father to see if we won anything or not. But the theme, take the unders in the first quarter. Take the unders in the first quarter. We're gonna roll with that. But all right, man. We're gonna check up out of here. It's your player partners from the bottom of the map.
From the bottom of the map.
We out.
We out.